and cookie be chain. As opposed to when we are suspecting. Listen, every one of us, when we become born again, we come back to the garden. Listen, the Garden of Eden, it was the headquarters of destiny. Garden of Eden was the headquarters of destiny. So when you and I also become born again, we are brought back into the garden. I'd like you to understand that in the Old Testament, the Garden of Eden was physical. But in the New Testament, the Garden of Eden is spiritual. Listen, the name has changed, but the characteristics are still the same. In the Old Testament, it was called Eden. In the New Testament, it is called Christ. In the Old Testament, that's how we refer to the garden. The garden was called Eden. But in the New Testament, it's not Eden, it's Christ. When Adam and Eve were in the garden, check your scriptures. The Bible said there was gold. There was the creeping plant that produced food. Everything they wanted was in the garden. They had dominion. They had 4 channels of water. Everything was in the garden. It's the same thing. When we become born again in Christ, we have everything. In 2 Peter 1 verse 3, he said, according to his divine power, has given us all things that pertain to life and godliness. In 1 Timothy 6:17, the Bible said, he has given us all things richly to, or your Father is. None of us here, it's not possible for you to enter us and worship with us. You can only worship by Reverend Amuasari. You can only worship by Reverend Kingsley. But you cannot be inside me. Are you with me at all? The only person that is a spiritual entity, that is a location you can enter, is Christ. That is what the Bible said. If any man be inside, he's what? A new. Which means I am created newly. Listen, after 40 days, you can't go back to fornication. See, I hear. That's what we say. You can't go back to adultery. You can't go back to lying. Why? Because you are created newly. You are inside him. There is no iota of sin in him. He said, listen, be ye holy. Why? Because I am holy. It's not negotiable. It's not negotiable. Tonight, may God give us grace for consecration. I say, may God give us grace for consecration. If you are not receiving it, you are my suspect. Shout it, I receive it. Ask your neighbor, are you okay? Are you okay? I don't know a commercial break. Kobiti baby say, hey, tremuli eko. Wakakakre. But listen. Maybe you have not taken time to look at this. When Adam and, you remember, the serpent went to the woman first. You remember? Swindled the woman, deceived the woman. She ate the fruit. But have you realized that when the woman ate the fruit, sin still didn't come into the garden? No, think about it. You know why? Because God is very equitable. God is very fair. Are you with me? God knew the instructions was the first hand instruction was given to the man, not the woman. So when the woman ate the fruit, if the man had come up to say, God, forgive my wife, God would have forgiven. Why? Because she didn't know. And for every man, listen to me, it is your responsibility to teach your wife. God didn't tell the woman because it is a man's responsibility. So when you are looking for a man to marry, not just sika, swag, my dear, to be obeyed to Bible. See, I hear. Yeah. These days, some people can sit in front of me and tell me, or coach him. Man of God. In their choice of a husband, they want a man that goes to the gym, has 6-pack like me.